I'm like, hold on. So I explained to her, I'm like, so I have to spend $4,700 just for you, just for y'all to cover 50%. She's like, yeah. I'm like, there's no perks, there's no nothing like I just spent $200 at the clinic just now. I think from what you're telling me, I'm better off just not having insurance type shit. She's like, yeah, that's it. Like, that's it. I'm like, this shit is a scam. Ridiculous. So I'm like, I call my aunt, call my pops. I'm like, yo, is this right? This sound right to y'all? Like, everyone's telling me, like, yo, this is that how it work.
Yo, welcome back. Woo! Y'all now tuned in with the Lunchroom podcast. Woo! I am your boy Dapper Dan. Across from me is my guy Fritz, aka Ric Flair. Woo! Next to my guy Fritz is my guy Ray, aka the movie guy. And behind the cameras, as usual, is my guy Fredo. How we doing today, gentlemen?
We are doing good, man. Know what I'm saying? It's been a week. In between episodes, I was out in Cali getting high and all that. I don't know what y'all motherfuckers was doing out here.
We was trying to record, but the studio was booked from Sunday. Sunday, I couldn't get a Thursday slot. That was crazy.
That's wicked.
Couldn't get a Wednesday.
That was your first time in Cali, right?
Facts, bro.
So you realize like how expensive the weed is out there too?
It's dead not expensive. Like it
depends on where you go.
No funny shit. Like I basically pay regular price, like 40. I think the most I paid for an eighth out there was $65, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, for some top shelf. Every single strain was top shelf. Nigga, it was at one point, I'm like, why are we smoking this much? I almost threw up and shit at the same time. There was a lot going on. But I kept my composure, y'all. I kept my composure.
Bro, I've been there, bro.
That was the first time.
For weed before?
Bro, that was the first time I was going to. I'm like, nah.
I'm
like, nah.
Sure.
That's like a degeneration thing.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yo.
That must have been what it was. That shit was kicking my ass. I ain't gonna lie to y'all.
Nah, for real. But if you're tuning in, if you're watching us, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We appreciate it. I feel like by tonight we're gonna get to 100 subscribers. I think.
Yes, sir.
I think we had like 99.
Yes, sir.
So I gotta ask
Down
Fredo,
to the soul, man.
Fredo, how he feels.
I said like 95.
Fredo, get your mic. Take your mic. That's what I'm saying.
Nigga acting like he don't know the studio song.
Hold on. Because I was saying, wasn't nobody looking out for me. Like, damn,
You just that's his mic.
I told you I was dragging the thing top to bottom.
Okay.
But how do you feel, Fredo? Because I mean, Down to the Soul is your thing.
I feel great. You know what I mean? I'm really proud of the consistency that you guys have brought to the show, the way you have grown as host. It started off with just Mo and Eli. Ray came into the picture. Reem came into the picture. We've had a lot of different guests. That we brought to each other through mutual connections and all that. So it's been a beautiful thing, and we're going to expand because we got other content to make for this as well as for Down to the Soul. I'm getting back up on that.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I don't know, y'all didn't see as much Down to the Soul shit because I felt like I wasn't getting the recognition that I deserved because I really felt like I was coming with some good shit. Because I told you, somebody that I interviewed in the past, he got an HBO Max special right now. I'm like, damn, I'm coming with the shit.
Right.
You feel me? Like way before anybody even got it.
Jeez,
I didn't got the visions.
I didn't even know
you feel me? So, but now I realize, that's just part of how I go. And I gotta do it for
sometimes you gotta charge to the game.
Yeah, I just gotta do it for different reasons other than what I was doing it for before. So.
Man, we're gonna keep building.
Dame Lillard said it in an interview the other day. He said some shit about like basically you gotta put in the work that niggas is not gonna give you credit for me.
Yeah.
Like niggas never give you credit for the work when you putting all them shots up in the gym. They only see the end result. They don't see the work.
Dirt on your pants, nobody.
Yeah, for me. That's what it comes.
Just for the audience to know, Fredo signs our checks, so you just had to make sure we.
The checks be shitty as hell.
Facts. That's not much, baby.
I got
It's pretty serious at the bottom.
We signed a 360 deal. Niggas signed a 360 deal. I didn't even know.
We got an employee event coming up.
I got a 360 deal. An employee party?
Employee event coming up.
Niggas got a business party.
If y'all want to see them,
pizza.
if y'all want to see them have a good time, y'all got to get them to 100 subscribers because now I'm sure tonight. Y'all want to see?
Niggas can't eat. Niggas not gonna eat tonight. I'm about to tell my mom subscribe right now, nigga.
Yeah, man.
Oh man.
Employee event coming in at 100 subscribers.
All right.
So it's on the crowd now.
Yeah, and I did say a while back, giveaway at 100, so we'll get that popping as well.
That's a fact.
But with that being said, let's move into the show. Let's drop that drop. And with that being said, we're not starting with the lunch chatter.
He botched it immediately.
Somebody cut this. Somebody cut this.
The episode just started.
So that is the free drop. So first off, the free topic list. we have a story time from Ray.
Oh man.
So I'm gonna sit back, relax. Raymond.
Alright. Feel me? I have to get this.
Not even Raymond.
I have to get this off my chest. Feel me? My son Mo had a story time last week. I got a story time for y'all. So this has to do with health insurance. Feel me? First of all, let me find out. Do you have health? Who in this room has health insurance?
I'm under my father.
My mama.
Yeah, I'm under my folks too.
Alright. For me, I don't got no health insurance. I have health insurance since like I was 21 and 22. For me, so I haven't gone to the doctor. I usually go to the doctor every year type shit. For me, dentist, all that. But I haven't gone to the doctor in, let's say, like at least 2 to 3 years. For me, but for whatever reason, on Monday I found myself going to the clinic, you know, getting checked out. When I went, I know I have to pay out of pocket. Niggas hit me with the $200. Like, you gotta pay $20. I'm like, damn, whatever.
At the STD clinic?
Yeah.
Damn.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
200.
Cause
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Usually I pay like 50.
boy, first of all, because
that's a
they,
copay.
I've never paid at the STD clinic.
Never.
that's what I'm saying. Like, yo, bro,
I'm
nigga,
going to urgent care for my shit though.
bro, nigga, you could do that?
Yeah.
I think I was better off going to fucking urgent care. But either way, because this is supposed to be about, you know, this is an affordable free clinic. That's what I'm thinking. But niggas is like, oh, you gotta bring the 2 payment stuff so they could determine it goes according to how much you make.
Mm-hmm.
I don't make that much bread. First of all, like I don't think I make that much upstanding bread. Like for me, I'm like,
Nigga said,
yo, either way, so niggas get $200. I'm like, all right, damn, that's a lot of money, but it is what it is. Boom, gave him the thing.
health come first.
So I get like, you know, they draw blood, I piss in the cup, all that. Now I have the wherewithal to ask, because I start wondering. They're like, oh, you got to come back next week for your results. I'm like, all right, bet. Set up an appointment. But then I'm like, I ask them, do I have to pay another $200 to come in? Like, for me, like, y'all setting up another appointment, so I don't know how this shit work. I'm dead just getting my results. She's like, yeah, I thought you would then gotta pay again. I'm like, hold on.
Niggas gonna withhold my.
I'm like, yeah. I'm like, hold on.
I would have been like, yo, because those are supposed to call me if something's wrong.
That's what I'm
call
saying.
me, I'm not coming back here.
That's what I'm saying, yo. So I'm like, yo, like, does that make sense to you? Like, I kept like in my head, I said that and I kept asking niggas because I'm like, yo, that don't sound right. That sound right to you? Like, I gotta pay $20 to get my results. Yeah. So somehow, some way, you know, I get to the manager of the whole whatever,
clinic,
whole whatever you gotta pay. Feel me? The manager of that. Mm-hmm. So I tell him what's up. Yeah, I tell him what's up. He's like, oh, next time you come in, you know, just come see me. Mm-hmm. So hopefully when I go back, they hold it down or whatever. But finally, they give me the information where I could go inquire about health insurance and shit like that. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, all right, I get home. Let me call these people. Let me see what's what. So I'm like, I started calling these people. I called some lady. Her name was like Milgra. You can only imagine, feel me? She had a hard time speaking English, feel me? But either way, we got by that. So she's like, asking me the questions, how much I make, da-da-da-da. Finally, we get to the numbers. She's like, you qualify for the bronze and silver. Bronze plan is you get a $4,700 deductible. I'm like, okay, I've heard of this word deductible before, but what exactly is deductible? So niggas is like, all right, so a deductible is basically, you know, it's $4,700. So basically, if you want to go to the doctor, you have to spend $4,700 before they can cover the 50%.
That's how insurance works for cars too and shit, bro.
Yo, but bro, I understand that. But I'm gonna get to the car insurance thing. I'm like, yo, this makes no sense. Either way, she's like, oh yeah, it's $4,700. You pay $22 a month, $4,700 deductible, and they cover 50%. If it's silver, you have to pay like $150, and then they cover 80%, and your deductible is like $5,600. I'm like, hold on. So I explained to her, I'm like, so I have to spend $4,700 just for you to cover 50%. She's like, yeah. I'm like, there's no perks, there's no nothing like I just spent $200 at the clinic just now. I think from what you're telling me, I'm better off just not having insurance type shit. She's like, yeah, that's it. Like, that's it. I'm like, this shit is a scam. Ridiculous. So I'm like, I call my aunt, call my pops. I'm like, yo, is this right? This sound right to y'all? Like, everyone telling me, like, yo, this is that how it work. 5 minutes later, Milgrid called me back. Like, like she called me back, like, oh, her coworker, who, like, speaks better English and stuff like that, telling me, basically I told her, like, yo, put her on, because she's telling her with the coworkers. So I'm like, yo, let me just talk to the coworker. Coworker tell me, boom, the physical you get every year is free. And supposedly you get 3 free visits before you have to get into your deductible. So I'm like, oh, that sounds valid. For me, I don't go to the doctor often. There's some just in case shit. Like, I know there's some perks that come with this. There's no way niggas is just not getting $4,700.
Where are all the perks?
I'm like, yeah, like, where is this coming from? So then later on down the day, this is like towards the end of the story. Later on down the day, the other lady I called, she get back to me. I fucked with her the most. I forgot her name, but she kept it real with me. She was like, yo, listen, like, I told her, I'm like, yo, like, I talked to somebody earlier, so I'm just like shopping around. She's like, oh, first of all, I'm gonna let you know now, there ain't really no shopping around when it comes to health insurance. It's not like car insurance. She's like, the only way these days now you get health insurance is 2 ways. If your job don't got it, then you gotta go through us, the health services people.
Right. And
I'm like, that's it? Like, it's only 2 hours? She's like, yeah. I'm like, that don't sound like a monopoly to you? I'm like, yo, how does this sound? Like, in car insurance, you gotta at least shop around for the lowest quote. My nigga, it's like this or that. And like, I basically just realized, like, yo, my nigga, like, in this country, this shit is, like, Cam said, this shit is not set up for us.
Bro,
this shit is not set up for us.
You see why so many people be pushing for health insurance in America, bro. Free health insurance.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. I really realized, like, yo, unless you're dirt poor or you have mad bread, there's no way you could afford health insurance.
Bro, you're screwed. You can't be middle class in America, bro. That's why niggas be trying to get to the bag anyhow, bro. Because you dead can't be middle class. You can't be middle of the pack in America. Because all they do is suck you dry, and that's how you feed both parties. You feed the rich and the poor.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just like, bro, this shit is crazy. Because a nigga like me, it's like, I'm not gonna say I'm dirt poor, but I'm like maybe a step. Like if some crazy shit knock on what happened to me, I'm gonna be right down there with like, feel me? One misstep, I could be right there. So I'm just like, son, I would think it would be more affordable for me. Like, I would just think health insurance would be more affordable. And like Miles said, facts. Like Miles said, like, for me, Canada, all these places, they don't do that. Like, this shit is free. And I'm like, son,
human decency. That's all we have.
I'm just like, I'm saying, like, I'm just like, yo, niggas really don't care about you. Like, this shit is really amazing. Like, I had to share this because I'm just like, yo, that's why I say, yo, my nigga, if y'all got health insurance, man, I'm gonna just assume y'all have a bracket of money that I'm not touching. For me, I'm not in that bracket yet. I can't afford health insurance. I'm not gonna hold you.
I'm under my mom.
I'm under my father.
Doesn't that only last till you like 26? Like, this is last year, right?
But summertime's over for me. I gotta get my own health insurance.
I ain't getting it.
I'm probably not getting nothing, bro. I'm keep it a bean. I'm just gonna go pay when I go, bro.
Don't your jobs will help you out though? Like,
yeah,
I might get like some free.
I've never had to try it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I never tried it because so that'll be new for me now because I have to go through my job now.
You, if like you can't do it in a way like in car insurance, you know, like I could be. You're not my family member, but I could still be under your insurance, right?
I don't.
You can't do that with health insurance?
I don't think so.
Believe so.
Like, you have to be family related?
I don't. But again, like I said, I've never tried.
I'm going to ask him. See, I'm just trying to find out the swindles, man. I'm just like, there's no way. This shit is like, there has to be swindles to this shit, bro. I'm not going to front.
I don't know, because I mean, at 26, you might just have to, eat it.
We only got a few months
I could be under somebody else's car insurance.
That's car insurance. But
I'm saying, like,
health insurance is over, bro.
This shit is crazy, bro. I'm not going to front. This shit is not set up for us. This shit is really crazy. Oh, my God.
I accepted that a minute ago, bro.
Nah, I'm like, I really, like, shit like this makes me realize, like I knew this shit was a scam.
Nigga Ray be having wake-up calls.
Nah, like, I knew this shit was a scam.
Adult, bro.
I knew this shit was a scam. I just didn't know to this extent. Feel me? Like,
nah, this is beginner level scam.
Yo,
yeah, bro.
This is that maybe intermediate, but this is dead ass intermediate level scam.
I try to take a step forward and get myself some health insurance. Like, y'all niggas is like slamming the door in my face. Like, my nigga, this shit is crazy. I'm for the $180 a month, my nigga. That's a whole. That shit more than cable and my cell phone bill together.
Listen, man. The first two things that they try to scam us with is college tuition and health insurance.
It's a fact.
Thanks. But closing that out, moving on down the free topic list. Another Ray product. Ray, as we know, we call him the movie guy, and it's for a reason. He's a movie buff, and with that being said. He brought a good question to the table. What is your favorite Scorsese film, Martin Scorsese film?
If you don't know who Martin Scorsese is, slap yourself in the fucking mouth.
I wouldn't do that. That's self-harm.
Slap yourself in the
fucking mouth. If you don't know who he is, I guarantee you watch this movie.
You definitely watched this movie before. For sure. At least 2.
Like, going down the list real quick, just in case you don't know who he is, he's the man behind Goodfellas, The Irishman that just came out, Taxi Driver, Wolf of Wall Street, Departed, Shutter Island, Casino, Raging Bull, Gangs of New York, Aviator. For me, my son is acclaimed. Probably top 5 director of all time type shit.
Not probably.
He's probably top, in my opinion, he in my top 3, top 2 type shit.
Definitely top 5.
Yeah, I was gonna say to answer the question for me, it's always been hard for me to pick something. So I got
honorable mention.
I got 3. There's no honorable mention, just 3. I got Wolf of Wall Street. I got Goodfellas, and I like Gangs in New York.
Gangs in New York is
number 3 for me.
It was supposed to be top 3.
No, it's supposed to be 1.
Oh, because I
you could
couldn't
do top 3.
I couldn't choose between Goodfellas and Wolf of Wall Street. To be honest, like Goodfellas was, I think, the first like gangster movie I ever watched in my life, and that was something that was on repeat all the time. Like growing up in my crib, like my dad used to love watching movies like that. So, and Wolf of Wall Street, when that came out, that shit fucked the streets up, bro. Like,
bro,
we ain't never seen no movie like that before.
I ain't never been tuned into a movie that many times, bro. That movie's long as shit.
It is.
And
I
watched that shit at least
it's dead enjoyable from start to finish.
4
That
or
shit is
5
ridiculous.
times already, bro.
That's a fact.
Shouts out to Leo.
For me, number 1 is definitely Casino. For me, I'm not
Okay.
gonna lie, I fuck with Casino heavy. Like as I grown up, that shit has aged so well to me because it's like, in my opinion, Goodfellas is obviously a classic for me, won an Oscar and all that shit. But I feel like it's more like you don't have to be into gangster films or even films in general to get Goodfellas. For me, it's very like spoon fed.
Right,
Casino is that meant like layers to characters. The whole film I think it's longer too. So either way. And I feel like his most slept on movie that people don't give him credit for is The Departed. That's my second on my list.
The Departed. If I had top 3, I was gonna put Departed.
Departed is number 2 for
I fuck with
me.
Departed
For me,
a lot.
Departed is fucking like that shit is amazing
good-
from
that's
start
a
to
good film.
finish.
That shit's mad good.
OD good, bro. Jack Nicholson did his thing.
Bastard.
Leo did his thing. Everyone did his thing in that movie. I'm not going front.
Everybody, bro.
And this conversation came because I was arguing with my man. It opened up a conversation a little bit. It's more to do with not to do with Scorsese, but they do have the same director and writer as Brian De Palma. But I was arguing with my mans about which do you think is better, Scarface or Carlito's Way. I feel like what I just said about Goodfellas, I feel like that's how I feel about Scarface. Like Scarface is definitely, don't get me wrong, it's a classic. I feel like one of them cinematography is what it hangs its hat on, and everyone just makes a big deal about it. That's what I'm saying because
It was
for me,
definitely filmed very well.
but in my opinion, as I've grown older,
pleasing.
I love Carlito's Way. Like that's top 2 gangster movie for me.
I actually meant to watch that shit the other day and I like fell asleep. But I want to rewatch that shit like now. I think the last time I watched it, I was like 13.
Yeah, bro.
So I gotta rewatch it now to really.
Bro, that's a movie. As you get older, you understand it more. Like that's what I consider, at least at this age, a great film. Like a film that I probably watched mad times, but as I've gotten older, I've gained to appreciate it and understand it even more. And just like that's how I feel about Carlito's Way. It's so much layers to that. Even Carlito can play the characters. Nigga, Tony Montana and Carlito.
I mean, some people that don't care about that type of stuff, though, bro. Like,
yeah, I hear you.
Like when it comes to analysis of The Wire, that's what made me realize that people don't really care about a character development and the budding arcs that last throughout the shit.
When I was talking to my man, he was like, because he a photographer, so I understand why he would get Scarface more. He was like, oh, the cinematography. Without good cinematography, you're just watching a picture. For me, you're not watching a movie. And I was like, without good writing, you're watching a picture. For me, like it's like everything tied.
That has to come together.
Nah, it has to come together for sure. I mean, for me, I've definitely watched Scarface more times than I've watched Carlito's Way. I think I've only watched Carlito's Way the one time I saw it. Not that it wasn't good. It's just I just never revisited it. But y'all know I'm not the movie TV like.
Yeah, you suck.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I rather watch sports with my days sometimes. But I definitely can see how you would view Carlito's Way. It definitely is better though. I definitely see that. So, but definitely,
Bro, that Grand Central scene is fucking iconic.
to say one is better.
Niggas was airing out of Grand Central, my nigga.
My shit, you not telling me nothing new, bro.
Bro, and niggas are airing it out of Grand Central, my nigga. And maybe too because it take place in New York. Like maybe that's like another bias thing.
It felt home.
Yeah, for me, I understood that movie is just incredible. Especially Sean Penn won an Oscar for it, I think, or at least got nominated.
Shouts out Sean.
That's
Facts.
Sean Penn. But with that being said, we'll close out the free topic list with that and move on into cookie crumbs. Drop the drop. Yes, sir. Cookie crumbs. Now, where do I want to start in the cookie crumbs? In the cookie crumbs, I would like to start here. Yeah, start here. What's the strangest online dating situation you've been in? Now, me personally, when this question was posed as a topic, I couldn't think of any, to be honest, because in terms of actually online dating, I can't say I've been there. So I would like to pose this to everybody else
But
here.
when I said that, I didn't even mean like, just in terms of you just trying to holler at a joint. Like, even if y'all was just like in a talking stage, like, oh, I like this girl, or whatever the case is, and y'all chopping it up. Maybe I never linked. But
Okay, so if that case, then I may have something semi-related.
because Bro, this was like, I want to say 5-6 months ago. When I'm mad, bored, and I ain't got shit to do, sometimes I'll re-download Tinder, get up on there, scroll or whatever, swipey swipe. And there was this one drink that I swiped. She was like 21 or some shit like that. I'm like, oh, where you from? She was like, New York, some shit like that. I was like, oh, what part? She was like, you don't need to know that. I'm like, what the fuck?
I mean, like, I pulled that. I can't be mad. I pulled that. I pulled that.
I'm not asking for your address or nothing. She was like, some bullshit, whatever. And like her responses was mad dry, whatever. I'm like, yo, what you on? She was like, you want to role play? I'm like, what? And then the next message was like, oh, hey, honey, I'm home. How was your day? I said, nah.
Nah, it might have been a bot.
Nah, bro.
Mad funny.
So I just, like, after I just blocked, deleted it, I'm like, nah. That shit, like, it was so strange, bro. Like, and this was like a 15-minute, like, conversation. It was a whole lot of bullshit, but that shit came to mind. I'm like, I gotta read the room, see if anybody has ever been in a situation like that.
I mean, the worst that could happen to me happened a while ago. This is back in like Facebook days. So like in Starrett had a lot of people my age at the time roaming around.
Yeah, Starrett was a little thotty, little city.
It wasn't really thotty. It's just like everybody just kind of knew each other, like, or you knew of each other. So like I'm talking to this joint, and like I peeped, she had a picture in Starrett, like on her in her profile. You know what I'm saying? You know a Starrett building when you see one. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So like I'm like, oh snap, like you live in Starrett or you be out here? She was like, yeah, I live out here. I'm like, oh, what section? She's like, I'm not telling you all that. I'm like, why not? So then I guess she went and like gathered intel because I didn't know she didn't really live there. So she went, said one of the sections.
She didn't live there.
So she said one of the sections. I'm like, oh, okay, you live in Geneva. It's G section. I'm like, all right, cool. That's right next to me. I'm in the H. She's like, oh, copy. I'm like, yo, so we got a link. Like, you right there. Like, that's not, you know what I'm saying? That's not the, you know, when you 15, 16, you get right to the link. You're not really playing no games.
Shit, I'm still trying to get to the link. That shit don't change.
So I'm like, all right, cool. Like, what's up? So I'm like, we outside? She's like, yeah, we could meet. I'm like, all right, cool. You want to meet? But you want to meet by like the market or whatever? Just so like, you know what I'm saying? Because the market was like a central place. Or you want to meet like in front of the building? She's like, no, we can meet by the market spot. I'm like, all right, cool. You like, but at that time it was Associated. Like, you want to meet by Associated pizza spot? What you want to meet? What you want to meet by? She's like, you know, right in front of the pizza spot. I'm like, all right, cool. So I go out there. We still talking.
It's the same day?
Yeah, it's the same night.
I missed that shit.
Nah, because I was talking to her from since during like
those be the best links.
I was talking to her. I hit her up in the nighttime. She responded in the morning, and we was talking throughout the day. So I'm talking to her through school, whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying. So I come.
I think he about to get some ass later.
No, not even. I think I'm just about to meet a new shorty to like add to the like whatever rotation I had going on or whatever. Feel me? I'm out there.
I didn't even know what the rotation was.
You know what I'm saying? I'm out there. I was hitting her up. I'm like. At first, it took like 10 minutes for her to respond. I'm out there. Lucky I see a couple people I know. I get into conversation or whatever, just chilling because the Chinese spot right there, niggas used to chill by the Chinese spot. And like I'm hitting her, she didn't respond. So she responded later. She's like, oh, my bad. Like my mom was talking to me. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, you pulling up? She's like, yeah. So I'm like, all right, getting kind of late. Like I ain't trying to be out here all day. You feel me? Like luckily it was good weather at the moment. I'm pulling up. She's like, all right, cool. I'm there another 10, 15. I'm like, what's going on? She like, I'm coming. I'm like, all right, you got 5 minutes, and I'm dipping. And then I'm like, 5 minutes pass. I didn't even write. I just dipped. And then like I'm like, yo, I dipped from the spot. She didn't respond for like a couple hours. And she's like, oh, my bad. I'm sorry. Like I was dead, not even over in Starrett. I'm like, all right, cool. Like you were dead. I was like, all right, cool.
She squeezed them crazy.
I was like, all right, cool. That's why I knew I started to start moving different. I was like, all right.
Bro, bitches is weird. And that actually reminded me, it was another time that like I was talking to some joint. She was talking spicy for like 3-4 days. Oh, I'm gonna come to your crib. This, that, and third. They come to link. No response.
Sit on the corner.
No response, bro. No response, bro. No response. She's the one talking about she gonna eat my dick and all that.
You making all these accommodations. You making all these accommodations. You like, all right, mom not gonna be here. You telling probably Kelly like, all right, like.
Oh no. This was when I first moved into Cooper.
Okay, cool, yeah. Cool. So you telling whoever, roommate, whatever situation, you know what I'm saying?
Shit, nigga.
That's foul. That's foul.
You know what I'm saying? It's tough.
You?
Yo, for me, it's.
Yeah.
What's that? What we gonna want to? What's the word I want to use? Like we about to push the envelope forward. We about to take this podcast places. We about to take this podcast.
We're taking it to the next level.
Taking it to the next level. Because more or less, like with Eli, like one of them times I was on Tinder for me. I messed with Shorty, exchanging words or whatever, and basically like. like I'm talking to her. I'm like, yeah, like yo, where you from? Blah, blah, blah. She's like New York. Blah, blah, blah. She's from somewhere I forgot, like probably the Bronx or some shit like that. But then she was just like, yo, like you know, Shorty's already like over it, like, oh, what you want to link for? You're not getting no ass. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, alright. I'm just like, alright. But then she was like, oh, but we can hop on the phone though. Like for me, I don't link nobody on this app. I just be on the phone with it. I'm like, what?
She wanted the Jones.
I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, hold on. So I'm like, all right, man. I'm like, yo, let me just see where this goes. Like I was bored that night. I was trying to see like where this goes.
Mm-hmm.
So I call her, and basically when I call her, I hear her voice. Her voice sounded mad sexy, bro. I'm not gonna front. Some Spanish sexy voice. And then she begins to tell me like basically like she just gets off like basically doing the sex shit like on the phone.
The phone sex.
Yeah.
Sex, bro.
But
I've
I'm
never
like,
tried it.
but I'm like, you know what? I'm
on
entertain this right now. I'm entertain this right now. I'm like, yo,
I'm not gonna lie, I would entertain it.
yeah, I'm like, I'm entertain this right
Because
now.
at this point, I'm like, you know what?
I'm asking, I'm like, yo, it's free though, right? Like, you know, like, I'm not paying for none of this. I'm like, I'm not
What
paying.
they be saying? I'm carry a rate supply or something.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, ain't no rate, no none of this, right? Like,
That's a sex hotline?
yeah, like for me, she's like, yeah, nah, you gotta wait. I'm like, all right, man. So for me, she did whatever for me, and I was like, I was like, yo, this is interesting. I was just like, this whole time, I was like, I got off, and I was like, yeah, this is a one and done, but this is interesting. Like, I can see why people was really into this. I don't know if I could ever do this with somebody I know. It got to be a stranger. Like,
That has to be a stranger.
it has to be a stranger, son.
can't-
That shit was wavy though. I'm not gonna front. That's the strangest.
And that was the last time y'all talked?
Yeah, nah, I'm not, bro. Why I'm not talking to her again?
Probably would have charged him next time.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. If I ever
That
like,
was a free trial.
I don't even know if that was like, for me, you know, on Tinder, you don't know until you actually meet them if this is like the real picture and not like that.
Yeah.
For me.
She could have been a fat bitch.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
She could have been fat,
disgusting,
all that kind of shit.
courtside,
So,
fucking.
because I was thinking to myself,
Nah,
like,
if
yo, I
I
hope I
met
never
in
see that
person and I
person.
didn't like what I saw, I would just told like, yo, like, you could do that thing on the phone again. Like, I just asked her for that, bro.
That's my whole thing. I was just like, yo, I hope I honestly was like, I hope I never see this girl in person. Like, I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna feel mad awkward. Like, damn, I just beat my dick on the phone to this bitch. just a voice. For me, just a straight voice.
Nigga had his eyes closed.
Yo, they had my eyes closed. For me,
I can see it. I can see it.
Imagination. For me, she painted a picture.
He's like, no, I see the drawers you got on.
For me,
Nah. That's
I believe it. I believe it.
she was like, grab your dick. I'm like, oh.
He said,
I was like, oh, okay.
oh my God.
That's mad funny.
I'm glad we started there. Moving forward to the Cookie Trump's topic list, I want to go here with it. This hit me right while I was driving. I don't know how. It just hit me in the back of the head.
Okay.
Are you okay with being a part of a woman's roster knowingly? Now, I'm going to preface this with a couple things. So, knowingly by saying like, hey, because I don't know, I'm going to speak for myself. So for me, when I had my quote unquote, let's call it a roster, I wasn't necessarily, this may come off bad, I hope it doesn't, but I wasn't necessarily having super in-depth conversations about other women with them. Like, I wasn't saying like, oh yeah, like you're one of 5, you're one of 3, whatever the case. Like, I was just like, it was just a kind of unspoken thing that like, obviously I was doing my own thing and I was assuming you were doing your own thing. Now I'm speaking to, would you be okay with being a part of a woman's roster? Whereas she's telling you, she's very upfront, she's telling you, she's sexually liberated. She's one of those women that's like, yo, like, you know, if you don't pick up the phone, like, I'm just gonna call this nigga. Like, it's nothing to her. So, are you comfortable and okay with being a part of a woman's roster? That is the question.
I'm not comfortable if she tells me that. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
So you're not comfortable, essentially.
Well, no.
That's an aggressive way of
I was gonna say
about
that
it.
because I'm like, at the end of
because
the day,
that's what people would really say they want, is to be upfront. Like, this is what I'm doing. Do you want? That's what people would say.
But yeah, there's a difference between being up front, but
being
like
disrespectful.
Yeah, like that's some next shit.
yeah,
Like, I
like-
wouldn't say that to a joint.
Jay-
I
That's what I'm
mean,
saying.
I'm not. You don't gotta take those words to verbatim. She probably would deliver it in a nicer way than just, yo, like, if you don't pick up the phone, I'm gonna call next one. But she
You don't
probably
need
be
to
like,
tell me that. Just be like,
That's what I'm saying.
damn, you should have picked up the phone. Like, you
yeah,
could've
like,
left it
for
like
me,
that.
that's my whole thing. Is like, I feel like knowingly or unknowingly, whenever I meet a woman, for me, I'm assuming I'm not the only person she's talking to because that's mad. Like,
but I'm talking about a roster. So like, you might be man number 4. You probably might not even know what number. You just know you're one of.
But that's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, I already assume that. For me, whether she tells me or not, I'm already assuming that whether I'm one of 2, one of 3, 4, 5, I know that she's probably dating other people. For me, like, this is the world we live in. For me, you are a single woman, single man. you should just assume going in that you're talking to other people.
So you're assuming that, like, when she's not texting you back, she's getting her back blown out.
I always assume that.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie to that.
Nah, it's a safe
Niggas say
assumption.
rats.
I'm always assuming that shit. I'm not going front.
I missed up.
How you feel, Fredo?
I think even if I have a girl, I'll probably assume that shit. I'm not going front.
Don't.
Yeah.
That's
Like,
gonna fuck your shit
how
up,
many
bro.
touches am I getting per game? Like where do I rank on this roster?
I mean, that's up to you. Like, that's where your game
You
is.
gotta be
at.
the better best player
That's
in
what
the
I'm saying.
roster,
That's
bro.
what it is. Like, it's almost like you
gotta
the
tell
coach,
yourself
and
you're
like
the
you
best
gotta
player.
play for your minutes.
Hey, man.
You gotta play for
I mean,
your
like
minutes.
Ray said, I'm always assuming there's somebody there, but like Eli just said too, I don't want to hear about it either. Like, you know what I mean? It's like you said, like
It's a slippery slope.
if you could say I'm dating, I'm cool with that. But being like open, like slapping in the face, that's crazy.
Yeah,
I
like,
mean, I'm not really with that.
Yeah, I wouldn't not be open to it because at the end of the day, niggas do the same thing. Especially if you're just looking for like sex or whatever the case is. Like if I'm just looking for sex, cool. You know what I'm saying? But if you're a delivery saying, yo, if you don't pick up, I'm gonna hit my other niggas. That's
Yeah.
I mean,
that's-
let's take out that part. And maybe she doesn't tell you like, yo, if you don't pick up.
But
like,
not even that part. But even just letting me know that there's other people. I'd rather just act like I don't know, even though I know.
Nah. I was gonna say.
Like I said, I'd rather you say like I'm dating.
Yeah.
I'm dating. Like,
Just say you're dating
but
other people, and that's all you. That's all I need to know.
That's
You know
it.
what I mean?
That's
all
it.
I
I
need
don't
to
want to know nothing else. I want to know how many. None of that. Just know that you not bringing no crazy shit my way. And we Gucci.
all right, so
Because at the end of the day, it's
I'm
expected.
gonna just ignore you when you talk about like another man too. Like anytime when we talk about anything about another man, I do not listen.
Yeah,
Like,
that's a fact.
like if it's a past experience, something that happened, a story, I'm dead ass not like I'm tuned out.
Nigga said.
Nah, I hear you. I'm dead with Fredo. I'm not gonna front. Unless this is like a scarring story where like it has some type of substance, but I don't care about some nigga that fucking fucked up in the past. I'm not gonna front. Like,
I'm like,
yeah, like,
like,
that's tough.
all right. So let's take this conversation to another level. So somehow, let's say you messing with a girl, she's that blunt. She's the type of girl, you know what I'm saying? She'll tell you what it is. You find out it's a 4-man rotation. You're fourth. Are you fighting to get to first, or are you out of there?
What comes with fourth?
Fourth means you're fourth. You're
Like
fourth.
you're the last person she hit.
You're the.
Did I kill already? Like, for me, like,
You kill, but like you.
so I don't
You,
care.
so you don't care about your rank.
I don't care. If I
Okay.
kill, if I
Because
kill
I
already,
know
don't
in me,
care.
I would probably try to work my way up
Yeah,
to
nah,
at least top 2.
It depends how good of
much
an
I
eater
care.
she is.
Yeah, I was gonna say how much do I care.
If she's one of my top eaters, I gotta be one of her
Yeah.
top eaters, nigga. We
That's
got.
what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it
You know what I'm
definitely
saying?
depends on how much I care about her. Because I was gonna say, the more you deal with somebody, whether you're on the roster, like, you're gonna realize what position you're on if you're paying attention to them. Like,
Yeah.
if you're the food nigga on the roster and you're not getting no ass and every single feel
You
me.
remember? Melissa said she had a fool nigga.
That's what I'm trying to say.
A car
Yeah,
nigga.
but those niggas wasn't getting buns. You
That's
getting
a roster,
buns. Some of my
though.
niggas is getting
That's not a
buns.
roster.
It's still a roster,
It
but
is.
it's not a.
But there's
roster is encompassing of different
Like,
things.
not
right?
everybody on the
Like that
roster.
roster has like a wingman, a defensive
so
specialist.
she's killing- she's
Them-
getting-
she's talking
Because
because y'all
she
are on a
she's
roster.
about 4 people.
Yeah, that's
I'm
what
talking about a roster of niggas that's scoring.
Nah, see, I was gonna say
I'm
that.
talking Julius. I'm talking RJ. I'm talking D-Roll. I'm talking quickly.
Because I was gonna say, like, I mean, a woman is not here, but whether it's a roster of 4 or 5, it don't matter. Full roster. I always think, like, I don't think everyone is killing on that roster. It's I'll probably give 2, maybe 3 that niggas is actually in that. Or there might be out of the 2 or 3, 1 killed. It's probably not killing on the regular. Feel me? The other 2 might be killing on the regular, and for me, that's what she.
We don't know the schematics.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
We don't know the
I don't
schematics.
think everyone on the roster is killing. So they gotta be a fool nigga. They gotta be some type of money nigga. So there's somebody in there that comes with incentives that's not sex.
Nah, for sure.
Like,
for sure.
feel me? And it's up to you whether you want to entertain that shit.
There's
Going
always
further.
a toe liquor on there.
That's what I'm saying.
But moving the conversation even more forward, I guess this is a little more serious. Why do you think relationships get stuck in the talking stage? And what are the positives and negatives of the talking stage? So I guess this is a two-part thing. I guess we'll attack one before we attack the other. Why do you think most relationships get stuck in the talking stage?
Because this generation is afraid of commitment.
What makes you say so?
Nigga, bro, we live in it. Like, we've seen it.
I don't recall. So please.
How many relationships have y'all been in personally?
I've been in, you could say 2, but 1 for real.
Exactly. Ray, not yet, really, per se.
Yeah.
Like, Fredo probably
I'm
won.
just creeping in.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's what I'm saying.
bro,
like-
this and we're about to be 26
But
years
is
old.
scared of commitment the right way? I wouldn't phrase that for myself. I wouldn't say scared of commitment because there's many girls.
First and foremost, though, it's not really no talking stage. It's dating.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It
But-
depends on who you talking to. Like
Because
some
I
people
feel like the
would-
talking stage is a thing because that's what everybody is still calling it. But
Yeah.
you're not really calling it dating.
Yeah,
quote
niggas
unquote.
not calling it dating these days.
I'm like, what is the difference between exclusively dating and being a boyfriend and girlfriend?
That's my question
Yo,
as
I
well.
have this-
I think exclusively
I
dating is being
I have
boyfriend
this
and
conversation
girlfriend,
all the time.
Is it
bro.
not?
I'm not gonna
That
front.
wouldn't-
I've literally had that conversation mad times.
You would think so,
And
but
you know what?
apparently
After
it's
I
not.
brought that
doesn't-
question, she was like, I want to be your girlfriend. I'm like, I asked you some facts, and now we
Yeah.
want the whole world. You feel
Because
me?
my thing is like, because people think exclusively dating is like, all right, we're taking each other semi-serious,
What the
but
fuck?
like
But
we're
we're
not
not fully
we're
committed
not
yet.
fully in a relationship, but like
Bro.
we're really invested in trying to see where this goes.
That doesn't make sense.
Then there's boyfriend and girlfriend, which is all right. This is where
we
we're
understand the direction. I kind of got that after I thought.
Nigga,
about it.
See, that in itself, my fault to cut you off, but that in itself, all these definitions and stuff like that, that's the reason why people
Yeah.
don't think
I
that
told you the
speaks
other
to-
day.
but do you think
I'm
that speaks to
dating with
commitment
incentives.
issues?
I'm dating with
I
strong.
think so.
Well, I just told you the other day. I'm right now. I'm dating with strong intentions.
what thing our generation gonna do is make up a phrase.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying,
We
bro.
gonna make up a phrase.
But that phrase makes mad sense.
a lot of
Like
jargon.
he's
It's a lot
not
of
just
jargon.
he's not just fucking shorty. You know what I'm saying?
For
Like,
me, that makes it does make sense. But like Eli said,
lot-
I will agree that it has to do with commitment. Feel
It's
me?
a lot of jargon out here.
that's
That's
a
what
whole
I'm
lot of
It's
jargon.
mad jargon.
I'm not gonna lie, all this shit is coming from the woman. Like they took the player shit to a new stage. For me, some niggas. That was what I'm saying. They came up with these two terms, and niggas that got no choice but to be like, yo, I'm
Alright,
fucking, so I don't care.
alright,
That's
so-
what niggas because at the end of the
Yo,
day, niggas.
no, shit.
At the end of the day, niggas don't care. If I'm fucking, I don't care what you call it.
Wait. So let's answer the question though. So why do we think it gets stuck? Is it all solely based on just commitment issues? Is that
I
what
think
we're-
it's the commitment issues. People not wanting to settle down early in life, and just wanting to explore, bro. Like that's really what it is. That's the reason why I wasn't in a relationship until I got into one. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to keep fucking bitches. Like that's just what it was, straight up.
I mean,
Like,
because for me, like
Does maturity have to do
I-
with that? Is that another answer?
that's what I'm saying. Like
it
maturity
could,
is
but
a thing as well.
It depends on
I
the
was gonna-
person because there's people that's like 32 that's talking. Like it's just,
That doesn't even sound right. You feel me?
bro. That's what it is though. Like niggas is weird out here.
I know a few people that is older and talking like they got a family and they talking to somebody else because they're on a break from
From their family.
That's jokes.
not from the family is crazy, but that's phrasing it wrong.
All right, so moving forward with this conversation, are there positives to this? I mean, I feel like we listed negatives already, but are there positives to
talking?
the talking stage?
I mean,
if that's what you want to do, you know, if you single and you just want to be talking to mad people, then there's something wrong with that.
yeah. Now, if that's the intentions for both of y'all just date. Let's fuck the talking. If y'all just dating, y'all want to fuck or whatever the case is, then
Just
by
having
all
fun, that's
means
what I'm
enjoy
saying,
yourself.
yeah.
But if you want to date with intentions, like my man's here, then you have to make that clear. I
Yes.
feel like that's the biggest thing.
Yes.
And like that might be another reason. Like one person may feel like they want it to continue like further, while the other is just living in a moment.
So
That's a
lack of
fact.
communication.
Well, I was gonna say one of the
transparency.
positives could be like that. Like, it's the positive as far as there's like no pressure. Like y'all just talking. For me, you don't gotta prove much to anybody because it's not like you're my girlfriend or boyfriend or anything like that. For me, it's no pressure. You're just having fun.
We seeing what
That's what I would think the talking stage is for.
I seen something funny online. And I'm gonna exit this topic with that line. It was like basically like, yo, y'all be getting in relationships with people y'all argue with in the talking stage.
Yeah, no.
If we argue in the talking stage, there's nothing
Red
for
lights.
us to go further with. I
a
don't
fact.
like. I mean, there's petty shit you could like. You know what I'm saying? Disagree, but our argument, we are not going any further. We are not even close enough to that. But with that being said, we'll definitely close out the cookie crumb segment with that, and we'll move into the lunchline chatter, which we almost started with. All right, so Ice-T told it like it is. We got news for you. Let's start here with it. When do we feel like we'll be comfortable with attending packed events again? UFC recently held their first sold out event. There was shoulders touching,
bro.
not too much
There
mask
was like
wearing.
200 people wearing masks in a crowd of probably 15,000 people.
Yeah, and like it's already bad enough because already like I know getting in there is not really socially distanced and like
Nigga, we outside, man. Fuck all this other shit.
You know what
Y'all
I'm saying?
niggas is
So-
eyes. We outside. It's
so-
open. June 1st.
So
June 1st.
So that's when you're ready to go back.
No, I'm ready to go right now.
To packed events.
Yes.
So you go to a Yankees game right
Yes.
now.
Ray is ready.
I don't care. I don't care.
Well, this is Ray.
That's what I'm saying.
Shit.
What are you talking about?
I was saying probably the beginning of next year. I'll feel comfortable being shoulder to shoulder with people because it'll be more people that have taken the vaccine and shit like that. But yeah, I think probably the beginning of next year, personally.
So you're not going to no parties or something?
Nah, parties is.
Not going to Fat? Not going to Parkway?
I don't think if
Nah, bro, if
You
all
think
of
you're
this is
gonna go?
open, it's probably going to have a Fat this year at least.
I'm not going.
You ain't going.
I mean, this would segue into my next topic, but I don't want to jump too quickly. So I mean,
But I'm gonna stick with the beginning of 2022 right now. It may
because
change.
for me, like only packed events where niggas really gonna see me at is probably sporting events. Like that's whenever they start packing basketball back up. Then I'll be in the arenas for sure. I was just there.
Were you at the game where Trey Young got hurt?
Yeah.
That's why he got hurt, my
of
nigga.
him.
Fuck.
Bad juju's.
I'm like, I remember watching the game and I'm like,
Because
son.
of me,
Bad juju's.
Yes.
I heard him.
We was in the playoffs already, feel me? You watching my player as my star player on my team. Are we in the playoffs? Like, come on, son. That's mad bad.
I went to see Knicks basketball. It was unfortunate. Knicks players got hurt. Taj Gibson went out. Nerlens was down for like a
Cares
quarter.
about Josh Gibson?
That
Cares about Taj
Taj
Gibson?
Gibson is a key.
My son full green.
A key player on that team.
Facts.
But this is not the sports podcast. But either way, I'll segue into the next topic in this segment, which is my thing was: is there anything to really look forward to when outside opens back up? Because for me personally, I'm good with the way things are. Like I'm good. I can still go to my restaurants. I can go partake in whatever I pretty much want to for the most part. Sporting events is back.
You don't really care for the big crowds and
I don't really care for that stuff right now. Like honestly, probably I could say anymore. Like even parties, like unless niggas is throwing it and I'm going, like I'll pull up obviously, but I'm not really gonna be on the lookout for like, yo, we at this BBQ funk. Like I'm not. I promise you, I'm inside, bro.
nah, I feel you.
And then-
I
Not
hear
outside
you.
for Juneteenth?
Nah,
Juneteenth?
nah.
What?
I'm into
Nah, we
Bro,
outside for
and
Juneteenth.
another thing, call me pussy, but like a lot of niggas that look like me is not making it home these days, bro. And I'm just, I'm in the crib, bro. I got people to make it home too. I just try to be in the crib as much as possible these days, bro. That's just my personal thing. I'm not trying to throw any dispersions on anybody else. That's my personal thing. I got too much going on that I want to stay home. I want to just watch sports.
Keep it level.
Yeah,
level.
I said, if I'll be outside, niggas want me outside. But if it's nothing for me to be outside for, I'm in the crib. I'm not forcing it.
You ain't gonna be dotty like this nigga here.
For sure.
I mean, the one thing that I'm looking forward to is like
He on the beach. I know he
yeah,
gonna
with his toes in the sand.
That's a fact.
But one thing I'm looking forward to is like one of the carnivals. I don't know what carnival I'm gonna go to, but that's the first big event that I know I'm gonna go to, a carnival.
I'm looking forward to concerts. I'm looking forward to the parties. I'm looking forward to everything that I couldn't go to last year because everything shut down. So, whatever. I definitely want to travel abroad for me. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know how I'm gonna get around that because this whole vaccination shit for me.
Nah, I mean, just take the COVID test.
Yeah,
Until
swap.
until they start requiring you to have the vaccine.
I've seen niggas for me
'Cause
allegedly.
I think now you could go I think this summer you can go to Europe, but you just have to have the vaccine.
Yeah, allegedly for me, I'm gonna hit on my alleged peoples. For me.
Oh, for the card?
Yeah, for me.
Mm-hmm.
Get somebody with some good
Let's not talk too
signature.
much. Let's not talk too much.
It's all alleged.
Oh,
alleged.
I don't got no peoples. But closing that conversation out, we're gonna get to some this is just weird to close out the show. Blueface has been getting a lot of backlash as of this week because he's doing something, I guess it's a show.
Listen, man, that is prostitution.
Talk to him, Fredo. Let him know how you
See
feel.
how it's no think piece. That is consensual prostitution. Indirectly, you feel me? They trying to get their brand up, but they prostitutes.
Nigga said that he was doing a show though. Like he
Yeah.
had his own Bad Girls Club. It was actually a
Apparently
show.
it's
The girls are trying to get their brand up,
Yeah.
but they're
Through
prostitutes.
Blueface? That's,
If I'm not
that's the
mistaken,
entryway?
fucking for the
Blueface?
bag.
If I'm not mistaken, the show is on OnlyFans.
Okay.
Right?
Oh nah, it's
I don't know
definitely
if-
prostitution.
I don't know if y'all saw what I saw,
Only fit
but these bitches was on the smallest of bunk beds, bro.
Yeah.
It was like
the retreat shits.
bro. It was like basically it was like
retreat bunk
6
beds.
bunk
They
beds.
had triple.
Yeah, they only had 3 bunk beds per
That
room, basically, bro. Like 6 people per room. It was mad clothes all over the place.
You
Niggas,
know, women got mad stuff. You can't
ass.
pack that much women in one place.
niggas said it smelled mad like flat iron and feet. Like it's just
Probably,
That shit
bro.
smell like the dance locker room.
Facts, bro.
Oh, wait, what? Showtime? That shit used to
Bro,
blow my, bro. That's a
mad
distinct
flat-
smell.
bro.
So
I smell that shit right
Yeah,
now.
that's what I'm saying, bro. That's exactly what I'm saying.
That's right.
That's a distinct ass smell, boy.
So I was just looking at the comments and people was like, "This is giving me R. Kelly vibes." Do you think?
No.
Do you think that Blueface is gonna come back to bite him like in the future?
In this climate, you can't get away with that and it not bite you back. But I will say that it's a kind of, it's not, I wouldn't say egregious, but it's kind of a stretch. It's a drag to compare it to Kel's. And that's what I would say on that.
Come back and bite him, like, and what exactly? Like, it's not like niggas is really checking for Blueface.
Yeah, bro, I don't know, bro. You know,
I mean, future business
Like I
ventures,
said,
you know.
that's a prostitute ring. I don't know what the laws is. Or
prostitute
where
ring
he
is
at.
crazy.
Feel me? But it's like most of that's not R. Kelly. You feel me? Like he had
It wasn't like
He had
bunk
them
beds
with
in
a
the
bucket.
studio.
They look like grown women.
yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
they looked of age.
Yeah.
They definitely looked of age.
Yeah,
And R.
man.
Kelly had them like using the bathroom with buckets and shit.
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
I didn't know it got that real.
That shorty, I mean, it doesn't make it right, but shorty was listing her all incentives that everything, like, for me, the nigga was buying groceries and all this type of shit.
Yeah, I mean, granted, don't get me wrong. Like the bar is very low for them. I'll
took
be
them to
honest with
Walmart.
you. If that's my daughter or my sister,
They sounded excited
I'm
about that
gonna
shit,
tell
too.
them like you got to raise the bar a little bit.
You know,
She's
one
like,
of
go
the,
to Walmart, buy whatever you want.
one of the challenges was they had to get the Blueface the Ben,
Tattoo?
yeah, the Ben Franklin tattoo, or they was out. So it was bitches
A
getting
tattoo?
on their necks, stuff like that. Yeah,
You
bro.
see, you know that's
He was dead
that's
branding them, bro.
egregious. That's egregious. I don't know. Okay, the Brandon using that term makes it sound very Kells like.
He was that branding them, bro. Bro,
I
get a
can tag
tattoo or
Brandon,
get a tattoo or you're out.
That's a little what's the word? Women like to bring this up. Coercion.
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 Nah, that's
Coercion.
more than coercion.
That's like, that's an ultimatum.
yeah.
Pretty much.
That's pretty much like. Is that gaslighting? I
Would
don't
you
know.
get- would-
I'm just throwing out all the
You
new
just
age
throw
terms.
Would you get matching tattoos for your shorty?
Get matching tattoos.
With your shorty?
It depends, bro.
What's the tat?
Yeah, it had to be. Like,
It gotta,
it gotta be something
it's
that if
whatever
we
y'all
break up,
both
I can
agree
still,
on.
I
For
can
me,
still rock
whatever
it.
y'all both agree on.
If it's something I can't rock with after if we not together, then I'm not getting it.
I would do it knowing my personality.
I was gonna say I'd do it
You say
after
you
like a
wouldn't?
5-10 year
would.
anniversary or something. Like
Nah, I'll probably do that shit. I don't know.
nigga really like he
I'm
put it
an
on the forehead.
Roll style?
impulsive ass nigga.
right above the.
Nah,
the-
nah,
He
not my
gonna
eyebrow.
replace his eyebrow with the tattoo.
I'll get that shit on my neck. Get that shit on my
Please
neck.
don't do that, bro.
Nah, I'm not on my neck. I'll definitely get matching tattoos with my shorty though. Not gonna front.
I mean, we gotta be in a certain place for that, for sure.
That's-
For sure.
I could live in the moment enough sometimes.
See, I life is a series of moments.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I'm gonna look at that and I'm gonna remember that moment.
Oh man! But with that being said, that's all the topics we had on the docket. Shout out to everybody that's been fucking with us. We've had like a surge of subscribers in the
Shout out to
past
TikTok.
2 weeks.
Yeah,
Shouts out to everybody on TikTok, man. We
TikTok is
appreciate
fucking
y'all.
I'm
with
not
us.
on there, but feel me. Shout out to y'all.
Yeah, I'm personally not on there, but I have to view it because I employ the person that does it. So with that being said, this has been another episode of Lunchroom. We'll catch y'all later.